Futile as it may be, I'd like to toss my voice into the clamor surrounding 2012 election spending. I know I'm not the only one disgusted by it. $6 billion. That's the estimate the Center for Responsive Politics places on spending for the 2011 political season. There's some interesting comparatives floating around that give you some pause. For example, $6 billion is twice the annual budget for FEMA, the Federal Disaster Relief Organization. With $6 billion, we could save 4 million lives from those suffering from malaria. Now, I could go on, but instead I'll turn to the data. In a day and age where data reigns supreme, how is it that candidates can get away with spending so lavishly and recklessly in many cases? Now, I'm not unrealistic, and no candidate, presidential or otherwise, is going to look at the numbers and say 4 months or 4 weeks or 4 days out, you know what? There's just no statistical way that I can win this election. I'm going to withdraw, and we can save, 4 million, a few million, a few $100 million on campaign spending. But in terms of the presidential campaigns, we do know that sophisticated analytics were important to these camps. So, what do we take away from this year's election, and how do we move forward? Let's use the data to get smarter about how we fund and run these campaigns. Instead of looking to the data to identify the biggest potential fundraisers, for example, how about looking at how to reduce the amount of funds a campaign needs to win, and how to use the lower amount of funds it has more effectively? How can we use analytics to renovate the entire political process? Goodness knows it needs it. If we spent $6 billion on campaigning in 2012, without change, imagine how much we're going to spend in 2016. Let's think about how the analytics can help us change. We need to do it. Do you have any ideas? Drop on the All Analytics message board.